Hi guys. I'm going to take you today on a typical session of a typical day in our homeschooling session. It normally takes about 15 to 20 minutes of learning time. That's right. And about 20 minutes of work alone time. And okay guys, so we normally begin our homeschooling session by getting Kyle to spell out his name, and more importantly to say out loud the affirmations that I created using the letters of his name. Now this is so important. I think it's quite important to affirm your child and also for them to learn how to affirm themselves. Watch the video I've made separately about this in the description below and let me know how you get on. Just to add, a child's name is their first introduction to their identity. So learning to spell their name not only gives them a sense of ownership, but also an understanding of who they are. Also, knowing how to spell their name can be crucial in emergency situations. If they get lost, if they need help, or, just being able to communicate accurately, I think is quite important, especially at this age. This session normally takes about 5 minutes, but then there are days when Kyle will just keep asking questions and it could take long. I let him ask as many questions as he wants to because it's also part of his communication and getting him confident in speaking out loud and just understanding what's going on in his mind. Kyle also really enjoys teaching me. Sometimes he'll take my points and stick and he'll ask me to sit down and I'll just play along because at the end of the day, I want to make learning fun and enjoyable for him. So once we're through with that, I move on to verse of the week. I introduce a new verse every week.
Okay?
Why? Because we have a new verse today.
What?
Yeah.
What's that?
This is every time I introduce a new verse, it's like a challenge for me because Kyle just keeps going on and on, asking questions, most of which I don't have the answer to. Just watch this. Just watch, please. In the beginning.
And in the beginning.
God created. Okay, let's read it again. Let's read this way. So in the beginning.
Where's God?
God is in heaven. He's up, all the way up in heaven, and he's looking on everyone. Wow. He made you and he made me.
And Sumi.
And Sumi and Daddy and everything.
And Auntie Kunta.
He made Auntie Kunta. Okay, let's go back to this. So in the beginning.
In the beginning.
God made everything.
God made everything?
Yes.
Why?
It's a beautiful story. I need to tell you the story. Chloe?
Yeah.
In the beginning.
What in the beginning mean?
It means when everything started.
When everything started to mean?
It means in the beginning.
What in the beginning mean?
Okay, Kyle, let's just learn it, okay? And then you understand it later, okay?
Why?
Because we need to learn it.
Why?
Okay, Kyle, so in the beginning.
In the beginning.
God made.
What did God mean?
God made, he made.
What made me?
Is to make something. Can you make something?
Yeah.
What can you make?
A dinosaur.
See, you can make something. God made everything, okay?
God made dinosaurs.
He did. He made dinosaurs. He made elephants, lions, giraffes.
And sharks.
Yeah, sharks and dolphins too.
I don't like giraffes.
Really?
I like dinosaurs, dolphins, and sharks.
That's why God made all of them for you, so that you can be happy and play with them, because he knew they're your friends. But let's learn this verse of the week, okay? Say Genesis 1:1.
What does Genesis 1:1 mean?
No, Kyle. Kyle.
What does this mean?
Kyle, this is the place where it is, okay?
At some point, I'm just completely out of answers, and I'm like, just learn it. I can't deal.
But okay, so in the beginning.
In the beginning.
God made.
What did God make?
So this doing the verse of the week normally takes about 2 minutes or 3 minutes max tops, but today, because we were introducing a new verse, it took a good 10 minutes just to get Kyle to understand and answer all of his questions in the best possible way that I could. But the good thing is, during the course of the day, he kept asking questions. He would see a cat running around and he'd be like, "Mommy, did God make this cat?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, God did." He'll see his food. I'll give him his food and he'll ask if God made that food. And so he understood in his own little way, and I'm grateful for that. Also, throughout the course of the day, he kept saying, "Mommy, in the beginning, God made everything." So that's lovely. I'll call this a successful lesson.
God made everything. He made the heavens.
So once we're done with our verse of the week, we typically move on to looking at our calendar.
Monday,
What's this?
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Kaya really loves this exercise because he gets to move the arrows up and down once he's figured out what day of the week is, or to point it in the right direction. So see how he does it.
Can you move your arrow to Monday?
Where's Monday?
Find it.
This?
Yeah,
Monday again?
that's Monday. Yeah. So now, is the sun out or not? Look outside. Look outside. Is it sunny outside?
Yeah.
Good. So is it AM or PM?
AM.
AM. Well done. And what time is it now?
Let me check.
Go and check.
He hasn't understood how to read the time yet, but I've introduced him to the basic concept of it. So he checks the time from the thermostat that's on the wall, and he just takes the number and then he tries to place it on his calendar. Right now it's showing 8.
The arrow is on 8.
Yeah, the short arrow is on 8, and where does the long arrow go?
Well,
Yes. Good job. Good job, Kyle. Well done. I'm proud of you. And what's your favorite number for today? Kyle hasn't fully grasped the concept of numbers above 20 yet. So for this other part of the calendar, I asked him to just pick a random favorite number, because I know he would like to move the arrows up and down to place on the number. Sometimes I'll ask him why he chose the number, just to get an idea of what's going on in his head. And for the opposite facing arrow, it's my way of starting to introduce numbers above 20 to him. This one? What's this one?
what's
You tell me.
7
20.
and 2?
That's 27. Say 27.
27.
Good. So well done, Kyle.
This exercise will normally take about 2 minutes, and once we're done with that, we then move on to our activity for the day. So this whole week, well, it's been 3 days now, I've been working on writing skills. Honestly, he has made so much progress, and I'm so proud of him. First, I'll work with him, close to him, side by side, and I'll show him exactly what he needs to do, explaining it to him, and then I'll leave him alone and expect him to do it. But I'll check in from time to time just to make sure he's on track. As you can see, I'm still teaching Kyle his penmanship, just teaching him how to hold a pen. This is his 3rd writing lesson. So I'm staying side by side, trying to guide, but I'm also conscious to leave him alone and let him work on his own so he can start really getting more and more independent. To be honest, I really didn't think Kyle was going to do this exercise today because he had taken such a long time learning his verse of the week. So I wasn't so sure, but I just waited to see what would happen, and I allowed him to lead and guide, and if he wasn't willing to carry on, I would just let him. But he surprised me. He wanted to work, he put in the work, and he ended up with this really beautiful piece. Let me show you where we started and where we are now. Before we get into that, I really want to emphasize that teaching our toddlers requires a very, very thoughtful and patient approach. You have to find ways to make it interesting for your toddler so that they can carry on doing the activity. You know, I find that repetition is key. I'm always looking for ways to reinforce learning through repetition. Doing the same things over and over in different ways. The thing I want you to think about is trying to make it fun and engaging. At some point, I noticed Kyle's enthusiasm was going down. So I told him a story about the butterfly, and I told him the butterfly depended on the flower he was drawing, and so he needed to finish coloring his flower so that the butterfly will be happy. Listen, it worked the magic. He was so engaged and he was so keen and eager to finish the flower so that the butterfly would have a lovely place to live. It's little things like that that you need to come up with to get your little one loving the work that you've asked him to do. And, you know, eventually you'll get to that point where you can just give him a task, walk away, do whatever you have to do and let him do the rest. But until then, you have to keep the learning hands-on. You have to keep coming back to provide support and engage and redirect and, you know, and help them to focus, like you can see. One thing I really want to add is the fact that kids have a very short attention span. You could have your plan for the day, whatever, and the things you want him to learn. Please just work with the flow of your child and how they're feeling that day. he may just not be willing to do as much work as you've planned, and that's okay. That's always the approach I come with when I'm starting a lesson. I always ask, do you want to carry on? You sure you don't want to, I asked him, and he was like, at this point, he was like, no, mommy, we need to color the flower so that the butterfly can have a place to live. So then I encouraged him to carry on. Finally, I cannot overemphasize the importance of positive reinforcement. We have to continuously encourage them. This is the only way you can motivate your toddler to reinforce the desired behavior that you're looking for. Positive reinforcement also helps them to build their confidence and the enthusiasm that they need for learning. So, even if they're not doing it the way you want them to do, every single progress that they're making should be encouraged, and they need that from you. So guys, let me show you the progress we've made in the last 3 days and the techniques I've used to get Kyle willing to continuously work on his writing skills. Why did you draw the lines?
Because the rabbit won.
Oh, the rabbit. Why does the rabbit want you to draw the line?
Because she wants the carrot.
Ah, what about the dog?
Because the dog won the line, she be like this, and you want to catch that one.
Okay.
The dog is...
You see, instead of just telling him to write letters and numbers, which can be very boring, I found this activity book that told a story. And because I know him, whenever he feels like he's helping a process, he'll be more willing and engaging.
Zack, zig, zack, zig, zack.
Good boy.
Zack.
Good job. Let's see what you first did. See, I'm so proud of you. First, you drew these other lines. Why did you draw these lines?
Because the car won.
The car wanted you to draw the lines. That's good.
And I don't want the car to draw.
And you drew all the lines. You drew straight lines.
Leo Voon Buddy.
And what did you do here? See?
Hey, I'm still coloring the player.
Yeah, but you also colored the snake. And the snake is very happy. Why did you draw these lines on the snake?
Because the snake wants it.
The snake wanted you to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's very kind of you, Kyle. You're so kind. You're helping everyone. Now you help all the animals. And now you made a playhouse? You wanted me to make this playhouse?
I'm just writing on it.
Okay.
Don't disturb my meeting.
Okay, sorry. You're in a meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let you do that then. Let me know when you're done. So this is just to give you an idea as to how I've gotten Kyle to love and enjoy learning to write and also color. So I'll bring you back to how our lesson for today ended. So this is just the completed piece of the work. I got him to color the leaves of the tree, and this is the final piece. So that was the end of our learning activities for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Say like and subscribe. Say bye. Like and subscribe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.